So I want to know who you are. Just tell the people who you are quickly.
I'm Thomas Milne. I have a partner named Jeff Bukaboom who played for the Edmonton Oilers, won 5 Stanley Cups, and we started a business called Raised Edge, embossing, debossing, and solutions, and now we've added laser.
Do you, when you say that, I want people to understand that does that mean it took a huge amount of money when you got a hockey player involved? Or why do you say that? I just want to make it so it's not a mystery for people.
No, I came from Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment doing their cresting down at the ACC in Toronto, and Jeff already had this business. He's gone on to coach Major Junior A, so I teamed up with him and I run the day-to-day operations.
Do you feel, you do embossing, right? How long have you been doing embossing now?
Yeah, embossing I've been doing about 5 years.
And you came in to look at another embossing machine, you saw the laser, and you ended up getting a laser. What made you get the laser?
Well, that's not how it actually went. We saw it at the show, and then I knew you were around the corner. The laser machine, when Jeff had already bought it, I believe he had bought it off you before because the Permaboss stickers.
You mean the embossing machine?
The embossing machine,
yeah,
correct. Yeah. So then when I went in to see about another embossing machine, plus we knew a bit about the laser, that's when we went and saw the laser and fell in love with it.
Why did you fall in love with it? What made a difference? You do the embossing's tone on tone, right?
Correct.
It's not, would you say it's popular, unpopular, or where does it fit?
It's becoming very popular. The 3 biggest garment decoration out there right now, in no particular order, would be debossing, laser, and then solutions, which is heat transfers. Embroidery will always be there. It's a time-tested thing, but with all the new fabrics, micro polyester and all that stuff, it's all switching.
Do you need to have like a super duper technical background to run any of the machines that we carry?
No, I didn't know anything about it. The training was real good by your gentleman Denver, and the rest is just learn as you go. And you know, there's a few hiccups here and there, you know, where we've screwed up with the computer and stuff, but you guys have come over and fixed it for us, and everything's been great.
Do people have to be afraid of getting into a business that isn't, like, everybody understands embroidery, everybody understands screen printing, then direct-to-garment is a very big thing, but you don't see at a trade show, like, you see 5 direct-to-garment, you see 8 embroidery companies, you see, you know, 9 screen printing companies, you see 1 embossing machine, a couple of rhinestone machine, and 1 or 2 lasers. Why should people consider it?
I think people are scared of it. Number one, the cost, but you know, they shouldn't just look at the cost. Instead of just saying how much it is and then the price is told them, they go, okay, well that's too expensive, go. They should look at it as, you know, how much can I make off that machine, how much can I produce in an hour, and what's my bottom line at the end of the day. So it takes money to make money, and with an investment like that, we're going to pay that laser machine off in about, we'll be paying it off within a year.
A year already?
With a year.
What was the biggest drawback to, how did you introduce the laser to people? I guess.
I brought some salespeople in from different companies, promotional places, asked for their opinion, would they think they could sell this out there, and they said yes, and that's all I needed to know, and we took the next step. What
price range roughly is decoration that you do?
It ranges from $3 to $5 for a full front. It just depends on the artwork. When we say $5 for a full front, some of that full front artwork, if it's complicated, can take 3 to 4 minutes. But otherwise, sometimes it takes a minute to laser it, so then we cut it down to $3.50, $4. It just depends how much volume we have.
So you charge, it's like a time thing for you?
It's a time thing, plus how long it takes to set up and set down.
What are the objections you get? Are there any?
Objections, no, sometimes we get the objection of the setup, but as soon as you explain to them that $25 for taking their artwork in Corel or AI and then putting it over to the UTC program that the laser runs off, right? Yeah. They understand it takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and at $25 an hour is pretty cheap.
You don't have a problem with that?
No.
If you would, we're in a city of 40,000 people, right? You cater to Toronto, which is nearby, which is a bigger city, but are you getting giant orders, small orders? What's sort of your daily sort of outlook?
We started off with 12 to 24 pieces, just because the industry wanted to feel it out. You know, black is pretty common out there, but you can't really do black or navy or white on the laser, but on all the other colors, it's been great. So our orders now have increased to the average size of 100 to 200 pieces.
And how do you overcome if a guy says to you, man, like I only sell navy blue and black, that's the staple of my business?
Well, then that's where I jump back, and then you can, you know, instead of doing laser, we can offer them debossing.
Okay. Is this difficult for a person to put in their house? I know you're not in a house, you have a business, a nice setup here, but...
If I had to do this, if I was young and didn't have a family, I wouldn't be renting a building like this. I'd have it in my garage, no question.
Yeah. You work here a lot, huh?
I live here.
Is it a good thing or bad thing?
That's a good thing. I'm still married.
Okay. Can I you want to show me a couple samples maybe quick, and that's it?
There?
Yeah.
Yep, not a problem. Come on up to the back of the shop.
Okay, great. Hey Greg, what are you doing? You got to speak up over there.
We're doing beer testing paddles for wood right now.
Are you going to do the quality control on the beer too?
I wish.
Can you show me what you did there?
Yeah.
What'd you start off with?
We started off with the Smith wicks.
Oh, there was nothing period on it, right?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
And then we went to Hart, Kilkenny, and Guinness. And then we also put the bar name.
Hold it still. That's the distributor or the restaurant?
That's the bar name.
Yeah. And how many of those did you?
Just 18 for Mahoney and Sons.
That's pretty good for a guy who decorates garments all day long.
Yeah.
So, Tom, jump in here. What? I thought we were talking about a garment laser. What are we doing here?
Well, this laser gets to do a jack of all trades. Not only do we do garments, so this is how we started off. We did a bunch of garments like this to show customers what it can do on different colors and different size logos. So basically, it's like a race car suit.
Yeah.
And then this is a jacket we did, 2 different materials. This has a bit of waffles in it. That's how we showed them. And then this machine not only does garments, we're actually doing some wood products there for a distributor that does all the bars. So there'll be 80 wood paddles in total, and the garments we just do every day, right down from schools, the gym wear, all the way to corporates.
You've been doing this since about January, right?
January. We got the laser at the end of December, so basically January.
I don't want to sound like a network marketing, but would you give me a quote of a great day and a slow day?
Well, last week we did in hoodies and shirts like this. I'll show you these shirts here. So we've got soccer balls for an association on the back.
Yeah.
Last week we did 3,000 pieces at an average of $4.50 a piece. So that'll go right down to pay down the laser.
What do you say? We're a Canadian company, right? And people say to me all the time, there's no big orders, there's only small orders. What do you say to the people in other cities and other parts of the States especially?
Well, there's a complete difference. The States has more people than us, but they think differently as far as entrepreneurs know. The States think, how much money can I make, how much can I produce? Where Canada gets scared and says, I don't want to invest in that because it's a risk. Well, you're in business to take a risk. If you don't take a risk, you're not going to succeed.
Was this a huge risk for you, would you say?
No. Permaboss was good that they said if I couldn't make a go of it, I could always sell it back to them. I'd lose money just like if you bought a car and sold it back, but I was pretty comfortable and confident from day one that this thing would be paid off within a year and then the rest would be gravy.
You have a cool attitude. What do you say to people who want to barter with you on price?
I don't barter. I said, this is my price. I mean, you don't go to McDonald's, you don't go to Burger King or Kentucky Fried Chicken and barter for their food. That's their price, and this is fair price and fair quality.
And what, do you give them special service, turnaround, anything like that?
Turnaround time is usually from artwork 7 to 10 days.
Say it again, because the train just came by.
Turnaround time from artwork proof is usually 7 to 10 days. It just depends how busy we are, but we can usually turn it around quicker.
Did you hear you say today you had 21 days straight?
21 days straight the girls have worked doing laser and the debossing.
And that Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday, Father's Day, they wanted to come in. I made them take Father's Day off.
Yeah.
And they're off today and tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Good. Anything else you want to say to anybody out there? What about Greg? You got anything else to say now? You got to do a follow-up to the last interview? We still got to make a timer for you, but you getting more and more comfortable?
Well, I'd say, yeah, I'm getting more and more comfortable. Since January, it feels like it's just an everyday thing. It's turned into a good routine. we're working out the bugs, and it's going smooth.
What about artwork-wise? You do all the artwork?
Yeah, I do the artwork. Some that I do have a real tough time with, it gets sent to you.
Yeah.
And you've been very good with returning our artwork. It's been working great.
But out of all the artwork you do, how many times you needed help?
Almost. I think I can count maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times I needed help since January.
It was just some funky file thing with Corel or whatever?
File or layers, or the artist that I was working with wasn't able to give me a proper single layered file, or wasn't able to touch it up for me. So, and my knowledge with Corel and with AI isn't as strong as most people.
Yeah.
Just computer literacy, I'm fairly well off with Rhinestone and Laser Works.
Okay.
Caught off very quick.
So, Tom, would it be fair to say that you're recommending that nobody else near you in Canada should buy this darn laser?
Yeah, I like to corner the market, but other people are going to jump in.
Yeah.
So I'll be out of luck when that all starts to happen, because then everybody will fight and try to lower prices. I think all the prices should stay the same, and then whoever does the best work gets the job. Competition's good.
You know, it's not easy for me to sell a laser either, right? Because it's not like they see it every day. It's like an anomaly to people, right? I just find that it's such a virgin market that if you capitalize in the area and do a great job, you can own part of the market for a period of time. How many lasers are there in Toronto now?
I believe there's 4, maybe 5.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem is people are just scared. They're scared to change. You know, some of the older guys still love the embroidery, but you know what? Cotton's not around as much in golf shirts as it is in micro polyester now. So
is that that's the 90% of your business?
90% of the business, yeah. All the new polyesters.
And that's what a headache. That's a headache to embroider, right?
That's a headache to embroider, because you're going to see pulling,
and the puckering and all that.
Puckering and all that, whereas the laser you don't. So,
is there any reason you have 2 blue shirts here? Not that people sit at home and oh man, he only does blue.
No, I do red, I do gray, I do orange, I do yellow. I don't do black, navy, or white.
Yeah, and that's. Can we grab a couple embossing samples quick?
Sure.
Okay, you want to bring them here?
Yeah. So this is for the Hockey Canada Gala, and as you can see here, this is debossing.
Can you move it just a bit down? Yeah. Okay, and up. This is the lighting. Perfect. It's very cool.
So he's just gone to the showroom to grab some embossing. So this garment here was done about 5 years ago. And the material is going to run out, or wear out, I should say, before. So I'm putting this on backwards just to show you.
Yeah.
But that embossing, the collar's wearing out long before the embossing ever will. That's a pretty complicated logo.
Yeah.
And this one here.
Have you done some full back stuff with the laser?
Yep, full back stuff we've done. If you go in the showroom there, Greg, there's the Owen Sound Attack. I did actually show you on Greg.
Well, soccer was pretty big too, right?
Yeah, the soccer was big, but the Owen Sound Attack has more of a intrinsic logo. So once again, I'm putting this on backwards just to show you the full back.
That's full back embossing, and there's a full back.
And there's full back lasering.
Where else did you put it on any other side?
I'm sorry?
Did you put it on the other side as well? Any other logo?
Yeah, on the other side we flip that over, Greg. So it's a hockey team in Major Junior A, and it's a goalie, and this is the actual league they play in, which is the OHL.
So what would you charge for decorating a garment like that, for example?
The back is $5, and the front there is about $6. There's 3 hits, so $2 a hit.
Okay.
So most people probably wouldn't do the 3 hits; they would have just done the 2
One
hits.
embroidery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And nobody's going to do full back and embroidery anymore.
No, it's too expensive.
Okay. Good. I appreciate your time.
No, no problem.
And I'll never ever bother you for a video again. That's it.
No problem.
Okay, thanks.
Just keep the people away from my place for buying a machine.
Okay, see you.